Good morning, good morning, good morning. In this video, we're going to take an updated look at our $25 a week dividend portfolio. Yes, we started this portfolio, well, not with $25, with $100, contributing $25 every week after that, aside from one occasional time where we added an additional couple hundred because of our stimulus check. So if you happen to be on a budget, you're balling on a budget, you're tight on cash, well, you can start investing in a dividend portfolio, or a PI as they're called here inside of M1 Finance, and create your own dividend portfolio. And this will help you with growing your money, where again, we started with $100 and contributing $25 a week will add up through time. Before we jump in here, actually, really quickly, I do want to let you guys know I do have a link down below to M1 Finance where you can use my link and create your own account, start investing, and get free $30 to contribute towards your dividend portfolio pie. So whatever your goal is, if you're thinking about saving for a car, saving for a house, saving for your kids' college tuition, whatever it might be, maybe you just want some bling bling, you want to travel the world, whatever it is, you need to start growing your money. Having it just sit in a savings account probably won't be as good as a dividend portfolio like this. Not to say this is going to be as, I guess you can say, reliable, but history does speak volume. And if you have good sound companies in your portfolio, you should do fine. Last week, I was talking about how some of these companies I have in my particular portfolio have been around for a long time and will be around for a long time, primarily because of their ability to adapt and change and grow with the times, with the technology, with the world's needs, so to speak, the environment. What are people looking for? At one point, Americans just kind of, I guess, splurge more than what we needed. Big was the thing, having a big, huge Hummer, a big, huge house. Some of these things aren't as common or aren't as much of a thing anymore. Yeah, people still want a huge mansion, but not everyone. I personally, that's not necessarily a goal that I have, like, oh, I want to have a huge, no. And maybe I'm weird or I'm a weirdo. I'm kind of in my own lane when it comes to, for example, like the house that I have kind of in mind. Like, I actually want a smaller house, but I want it to be like kind of futuristic, or I want it to be like, just cool and not necessarily huge. But for some people, they just want size. They want a huge mansion, things like that. So times are changing. I haven't jumped into this video yet on CNBC, but it just came out yesterday, and it's on why Coca-Cola still dominates the beverage market. And even the ad that I think is going to show right now, I paused it because I saw just the beginning here, and I was like, I think these are chips, and it speaks to, I could be wrong, and I think the chips are going to be, I'm pretty sure Lay's is owned by Coca-Cola, and if it isn't owned by Coca-Cola, it's owned by Pepsi. I'm like confident about that. And the fact is, even if it is Pepsi, they're still utilizing technology to market and showcase their brand, while we're seeing a competitive brand that essentially could be coupled with it. And what I mean by coupled is, when you drink a Coke, or if you have a bag of chips, it's not a Coke, but a soda. See, but even that mindset, even the words I just used right there, I'm using the name of a brand to describe an item that is something that's across multiple brands, a product. That speaks volume. Coca-Cola has done a good job. But when you think about having chips, you usually think about having a soda, and vice versa. Or not usually, but it's common. It's not uncommon for those two to be paired. Again, this ad alone is utilizing technology to showcase how companies are, the ones that are still dominating and still around, are leveraging technology and are moving forward and staying relevant during the times. Now, again, I haven't watched this video yet, but it's about 15 minutes long. I'm going to watch it, and I'm assuming, again, why Coca-Cola still dominates the beverage market, and they're just probably going to dive into how they've been able to invest and grow other beverages and other items outside of just their Coca-Cola. And this is exactly what I was talking about last week in the last week's updated video, is that the companies I have in here are ones that I believe are going to be around for years to come because of their ability. I mean, one, because of the footprint they've already established, but then also their ability to continue to grow and change and adapt with time. We're going to dive into all of the updated look at how each company is doing. not to drag on this intro because I know you guys want to jump into the portfolio, but I wanted to just throw that out there and kind of just share those thoughts when it comes to starting your own dividend portfolio, because I know times are tough for some people, easier for others. And depending on your particular situation, $25 might be a lot of money or it might not be a lot of money. And I just believe if you can put something aside that will go into some sort of portfolio like this, doesn't have to be with these companies, but it's going to help you with growing your money much more quickly than it all just sitting in a savings account. Yes, you want to have your emergency savings in place, but after you do that, start to invest and grow your money. Consider doing that. This isn't financial advice, of course, but as you guys can see, we started with $100 and we're now up to $1,079.23. So when we look at the past day, you can see our gains are $2.71 and our returns 0.25%. To have your market gains of $2.71, not too shabby over the past day. Jump out to 1 week, you can see our return is 1.17% and our gains is $12.33. Jumping out to 1 month, our gains goes up to almost $50, $49.17, and our return is about 5%. Market gain here is $48.24, and our earned dividends is 93 cents. When we jump out to the past quarter, which I believe is pretty much our 1 year, but past quarter is gains is $103.27, and our returns is 14.40%, and our 1 year or all time jumps up to $106.12 for our total market, well, our total gains. Our return is 17%, and specifically the breakdown of the total gains, market gain is almost $7. So as we continue to grow this out, you're going to see larger amounts of money being added in here from the dividend, the earned dividend perspective. But the beauty of my portfolio is, hey, our market gain is still going up, partly because of the timing. I wish I would have created this portfolio a little earlier, but partly because of the timing of when we bought in on some of these companies. But let's jump in here and look at our portfolio from a return perspective. Okay, so now things are kind of heating up. I don't know if you have subscribed to the channel, and by the way, if you haven't yet, like this video. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm hoping to continue to grow this, not only the channel, but this portfolio out to be pretty big. If you are new, definitely come to the playlist tab here, and excuse the banner. I'm going to be changing that. I'm still making some edits. But you can come to the playlist and check out the dividends playlist. I'm going to check out all of the playlists, see whatever else is relevant for you. But the dividends playlist will have all of the dividend videos that are part of this kind of series/channel is what I was attempting to go for. But they will all be here inside of the dividends playlist. So I do want you guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, follow the journey as we build out our dividend portfolio, and like this video. It does help with the YouTube algorithm, and it shows me you guys appreciate and like this type of content. I'm trying to jump in here now because I know things have changed up. I haven't seen this, so that's why I was like, oh, okay. The past few weeks, I believe Newt and Realty Income, which are both REITs, were killing it at the top. When we look at our return, Newt is at the top with almost 48% on their return. 3M now is at number 2 with with 19.5% return. AT&T is at number 3 with a 17.32% return. JP Morgan Chase, my business bank account, of course, and I have personal accounts with them too, is at 16.8%. PepsiCo, which we were talking about, along with CocaCola, are at 15.5% and almost 14%. Then we have Realty Income, which I mentioned at the beginning. Our other REIT, which is at 13%. Johnson & Johnson is at about 12%. Verizon is at about 10%. And Procter & Gamble is at about 7% return. Of course, if we jump into our activity, the latest updates shows us that we have been paid our dividend from Realty Income, which is for 33 cents. and have a $25 contribution here. So things are moving forward. Things are moving in the right direction. The power of this portfolio, again, is that I have good sound companies that I believe in that will be here for years to come, that are also doing well, performing well, and are contributing good solid dividends and have been consistent. Of course, Newt, which is at the top right now, is obviously going to be a little more volatile and more risky, being that it's a REIT, as well as realty income, which we are kind of seeing right now because the last, I think, 3 videos, or maybe even more, the last few videos, realty income has been up there beside Newt at number 2. And now it's not so much the case when we break it down by returns. So you obviously have to understand the risks that you're taking. I'm doing that where it's the majority of this particular portfolio. And excuse me for the motorcycle guy outside. But for this particular portfolio, I have a lot of good sound companies that I think have been reliable, are reliable, have been consistent, will be here for years to come, and will continue to grow and dominate. But at the same time, I also have my REITs, which are allowing me to, take a little more risks, which will allow us to get more or greater rewards. And Newt is demonstrating that so far. But of course, the real estate market is, that's a video for another day. And I'm going to check out that Coca-Cola still, why Coca-Cola still dominates the beverage market documentary or video after this video probably, or, maybe I'll get a little more work done and then jump into it. But I would consider checking it out if you are someone who's interested in Coca-Cola, or feel like, I think I want to add them to my portfolio, or if you have added them to your portfolio. Again, just kind of a good idea to know what's kind of potentially coming up next, or what the latest news is about companies that are in your portfolio that you have ownership in, because this is your money and you do want to make sure it is going to products and services and things that you believe in. At least that's how I feel. I don't really care. I just want my money. I'm a little different. And of course, not to say every company in my portfolio is going to be perfect and someone's going to comment, well, what about this? And they do this and that. And again, I ain't trying to get into that. As a whole, we've got good sound companies that have been around and will continue to be around and are doing positive things for the world. And sometimes it's as simple as providing people with a nice, good, tasty beverage. Yes, not all the beverages are the most healthiest things, but sometimes people just want to feel good, and if having a little extra sugar or something makes you feel good, and so be it. To each his own. I'm not a huge Coca-Cola fan. I think I have Coke in my fridge right now, but there's probably more juice in there than Coke. And some of that juice is actually probably made by them, because I like my Tropicana, I like Simply Orange. So again, what companies are adapting and changing and expanding and growing. Those are the ones that you want to consider adding to your portfolio. And on that note, I'm going to make another video talking about how to start your own M1 Finance account so you can start your own dividend portfolio similar to what we have here, and you can start growing your money. If you haven't yet, I would subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so then you can stay up to date on all of our latest videos. I'm going to try to create a consistent schedule. We might change the schedule a little bit. I don't think this is supposed to be how it is. I was like looking at it like, wait, this doesn't make sense. Initially, Sunday was Saturday, and then we had to change it because we do want to give you guys the weekly dividend portfolio update. I have a few other channels as well, so it's tough trying to just come out with a video every day. But we got to get a schedule down for you guys. So continue to, show brother support, like this video as we build out this channel. I will have a good concrete set schedule down very soon, if not by the time this video is up. But either way, I appreciate you guys watching, building out your portfolios with me, and following along on the journey as we continue to move forward in our financial independence journey as we strive for financial freedom. But on that note, you guys already know I got to keep it moving, but I'll see you in the next video. Peace.